Halloween is one of the most legendary and influential horror movies ever made. It served as a breakout for John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis and also created one of the most iconic horror villains. Even 40 years later, it's still scary and filled with an amazing atmosphere and tension. There have been countless sequels and reboots, but none of them ever came close to the original, and most of them lost the elements that made it so great in the first place. Halloween is a true horror movie and a lot better than most modern movies within the genre because it doesn't waste time with constant slashings, it doesn't feel the need to show overly extreme and disgusting violence. Sure, Michael does kill and slash people, but the violence isn't the main strength of the movie nor what makes it scary. It's Michael Myers and his extremely creepy behavior mixed with the haunting soundtrack and atmosphere. The atmosphere in Halloween is one of the best ever made in my opinion. This atmosphere and tension is the actual reason the movie works so well. You never know when Michael will appear, you don't know why he kills or what his motives are, nor do we know how and why he chooses his victims. The characters are helpless because he's like a shadow that appears and disappears whenever he wants to. Most of the movie we aren't even shown him killing people but rather silently stalking the character. He doesn't speak a single word and moves around in a very non-human-like way, but he is human. Michael Myers is not possessed nor is he a demon himself. He's human. A human that's been pure evil ever since he was born and ever since he killed his sister at the age of 6. He has no redeeming qualities, there is no sympathy or any sort of moral code to him or for him. The creepiest part about this is that he's extremely realistic. Other horror movies like to portray supernatural villains that clearly aren't human and could never exist in real life. It's unlikely that you would ever encounter the Deadites from Evil Dead or Freddy Krueger. But Michael Myers is real. He's the personification of every serial killer and murderer that has existed and will exist in the future. The crimes and murders he commits happen in real life all the time, and you can't fully protect yourself from it because you never know when, if, or how it will happen.
Halloween, the night he came home, when the deepest fears are made real. When the darkest nightmares come true.
Michael grew up in a quiet suburban town in a middle-class family. There was nothing unusual about the town or his family until he simply decided to murder his sister. Why did he do it? Because that was his idea of fun and pleasure. John Carpenter avoided on purpose giving him any voice lines or any reason for the viewers to feel sorry or sympathy for him. Myers was written as a character that is pure evil, capable to the darkest and most fucked up actions imaginable. But he's not stupid or completely unaware of what's going on. He's mentally unstable, but his actions show that he works methodically and knows exactly what he's doing. His stalking is honestly one of the scariest things in Halloween because stalkers like that exist and you never know what they are capable of. Whenever he's stalking the characters, it's extremely creepy because he often doesn't even do anything. He just stands there wearing his mask, not saying anything or even moving. There is no life in his eyes, only darkness and death. Michael not having a fleshed out personality or character development of any kind would normally be seen as bad or lazy writing, but it works extremely well here. He feels distant and unpredictable, an unstoppable force that will never stop killing.
Blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Michael can't be reasoned with, and he doesn't want anything. With a character this simplistic, his brutality is scarier because it seemingly has no logic to it. He's a force of nature devoid of humanity and with unbelievable ability. A lot of modern horror movies try to copy this dynamic but fail. They create creepy or even scary villains, but the movies don't end up being scary. Modern slashers put too much emphasis on showing extremely brutal and disgusting killings, and their characters seemingly only exist to kill people and do nothing else. Plenty of movies are basically gore fests with no substance or any ounce of story. Halloween does things differently. It's not even the story that is the best part of the movie. The story here is actually pretty simple and straightforward, but the way John Carpenter manages to build atmosphere and suspense is almost unrivaled. The atmosphere carries the movie and is the element that scares you the most, the fear of the unknown, which Carpenter loves to use. It also harmonizes perfectly with the message of the movie and the idea that you can't kill evil no matter what you do. The movie dehumanizes Michael so much that his mask-wearing character isn't even called by its name, but rather as the Shape. The thing that separates Michael from other horror villains is that we don't fully understand him. We don't know why he's evil or why he loves to kill people. We don't know where his powers come from. Lovecraft summed it up the best. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of the unknown.
I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.